Hi, I'm Suna Smith with Forum for Music. This is going to be a quick peek at Bach's second two-part invention. I'm going to talk through the piece and then I'm going to play it, so you just get a little bite of Bach. The second two-part invention is in the form of a canon. It's the only canon of the 15 two-part inventions. Canons are polyphonic works, that is, they have multiple voices. In this case, two voices, right hand and left hand. Those voices are going to sing the same melody, just not at the same time. They'll be staggered. So if you're going to write a canon, you have to create a melody that sounds good when sandwiched between parts of itself. So you might choose to write something simple, like this. But that's not what Bach does. Bach writes a 10-bar melody that is meandering and unpredictable. It's full of pathos and it modulates. The way he sets it up is that the right hand starts us off and is 2 bars ahead of the left hand. I'm going to play you the first 2 bars just so you get a sense of this melody. So it moves mostly by stepwise motion, but it does have these jumps. Here's a 6th going down, an octave going up, and then even a diminished 7th going up. Before he closes it off with this little cadence, which you can decorate with a trill like I did. At that point, the left hand enters and will sing the same melody in its own octave. These 10 bars are kind of conceived as 2-bar pairs. That is, he presents a motive in each of the 2 bars. So you just heard the first and second bars complete. The third and fourth bars are going to present a psi motive. So just 2 notes stepping down. But he decorates it with a little pickup, and you can add a trill if you want. Bars 5 and 6, you're going to have a rising triad and then a descending scale. Triad up, descending scale down. Triad up. That triad is in first inversion if you like your theory facts. The next pair of bars starts with a little back and forth figure and then jumps. This time just a 6th. Back and forth, and then a 7th. And then he starts on that same bottom note, but he goes beyond to the highest note we've had so far. And maybe you caught it, but there are those psi figures again, this time rising. And also in 16th notes. What we heard, the first psi figure were in 8th notes, so this is twice as fast now. The 9th and 10th bars, it just gives you a little piece of a scale, just 4 notes, but at higher and higher pitch levels. So more than just this happens in those 10 bars, but these are some of the key features so you can kind of track where you are in the 10 bars. At that point, he's going to reverse the roles so that the left hand begins and the right hand follows, but it's going to be the same melody. That 6th down, octave up, diminished 7th up, and that same sort of cadence to tie it off. I told you it's a melody that modulates. The overall key is in the key of C minor. So we start off in C minor when the right hand begins, but it will modulate to the relative major of E flat major. When the left hand begins, it starts off in the key of G minor and will modulate to its relative major of B flat major. So that means there's going to be a point in these 10 bars in which one voice will be sounding in the major while the trailing voice is in minor. But because the scales, relative majors and minors, they share actually the same notes, just their tonic, their home note, orienting note is different. It doesn't actually sound distant. It just sounds like you're hearing two modes at once. Kind of like being able to see two sides of the same coin at the same time. So at the end of our second group of 10 bars, we end up in B flat major, but he winds his way back to C minor, our home key. And you'll hear one more time that opening 2 bars in the right hand, and then one more time in the left hand. And then we'll close. So it's a very simple concept, this idea of a canon. It's just one melody, but folded over upon itself. And when you have this wonderfully complex melody, as Bach has created here, it gives you the effect of walking through a hall of mirrors where you just see or experience different pieces of the melody reflecting against itself.